What's up guys, Ross here, and I'm going to show you how I go about reviving my ads after Facebook's glitch. Facebook has glitched a few times this year. The first one happened to me in the second week of February. It had a major glitch on May 20th where so many people's ad accounts got banned, and people whose ad accounts weren't banned, their ads lost all their optimization. It's as if somebody went into your data and just erased all of it. If you had something that was consistently making sales, suddenly it just wasn't anymore. Facebook forgot how to find your customers. The way to recover from that is what I'm going to show you today. I've already done this on a different one of my ad accounts, and this one actually took a few days to lose its optimization. So now I'm going to show you again. So now I have to go through this again, and I thought I would just show you guys exactly the steps I'm taking to get back up and running. First off, you see right here that I have some active sets. These sets are spending, they're making sales, that's great, except here's the thing. If I look at just today, I've done a total of 3 sales, whereas in the past, I was doing 10, 15, 20 sales per day. This is a new store. As you see, we're looking at a 3-day view from May 31st to June 2nd, and we have a bunch of sales logged. And here's the thing, if we look at today alone, we've made only 3 sales. Now this is a brand new store that I've just started scaling, now this is a brand new store. This is a brand new store that I just started, and it was already at over 10 sales a day, and today it's done only 3, and it spent $156.70. That's a ridiculous amount of money for getting almost no return. Here is how we're going to fix that. Obviously, the optimization just isn't working the way it should. Sets that were getting multiple sales aren't getting even one. First thing I'm going to do is shut off these old sets. I'm going to assume that they're just not going to work ever again. The next thing we're going to do is create a new campaign. We're going to make a fresh campaign that's going to hold our fresh interests, because what was working before is the next thing we're going to do is click into our campaigns and see which interests or targets are actually making any sales at all. The next thing we're going to do is sort by purchases, and we're going to select every single thing that's made a purchase. It looks like we've already got them all up here. I'm going to click the top one, and then I'm going to hold shift, click on the checkbox next to the last one that made any sales. Let's look at our lifetime view actually from when I started this up. I started it a week ago. Actually, I started this a week ago. So what we're going to do, next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the entire lifetime of this. This is actually a recycled ad account from something else, so I'm just going to select the dates manually. I'm going to show how I started it probably a week ago. Actually, I think it was just a few days ago. So I'm selecting from May 26th until June 2nd. As you can see, we have a lot of purchases. I'm going to select the top one with the most purchases, and then I'm going to hold down shift and click the checkbox next to the bottom one with the least purchases. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go to filters, and I'm going to click filter by selection. Next, we're going to look into our ad sets themselves. We're going to see if we can find any interests that have been performing well, because we are going to try to use those again. We're just not going to run the same old campaigns, since obviously they've lost their optimization. Thanks, Facebook. Here we are in the ad set view. We're going to sort by purchase return on ad spend. By the way, you see the way my columns are set up here? If you are not set up like that, you should be. This is the most efficient way to view your data, and I have a video on it that I will link in the description. It might pop up on the screen too. I'm not sure how to do that yet. Either way, set your columns up like this. I call it the pure data setup because it gives you pure data. Moving on, we're going to select our top ROAS all the way down to our bottom ROAS. Everything else didn't make a sale. We're going to filter by selection once again. Now we see everything that's been working. If you've been scaling in the old Facebook methods, which was doing lots and lots and lots of duplicates, then you probably have a lot of duplicate ad sets here. What we're going to do is make sure that we're not selecting any duplicates. We're going to deselect everything and select the individual items and none of their duplicates. So this interest and this interest, these are duplicates. That's a duplicate. This one's not. This one is not. These are all duplicates. This one is not. These are all duplicates. This one is not. There we have 6 selected. We're going to filter by selection one more time. And now what we're going to do is make sure that we don't have any ads that aren't making sales. If I click into there, it looks like every single one of these ads has made a sale, so I don't need to worry about that. But if you had ads that had not made sales, what you would do at this point is turn off those ads with the switch on the left. That way, when we duplicate into our new campaign, you can delete every single ad that's turned off and you won't be wasting money on ads that just aren't going to perform. Now that we're here, I'm going to click duplicate and we're going to start 2 campaigns. One of them is going to be a campaign budget optimization campaign, and one of them is going to be a regular standard campaign with budgets at the ad set level. We're going to select the new campaign option here, and we are going to call it fresh interests. I'm going to duplicate that, and all of those will show up in the fresh interests. All of those are showing up in the fresh interests. Up here to the top right, since I had some of my ad sets turned off for profitability reasons, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say run all so that all of these ad sets are running. Now we're going to click on the fresh interest. This is going to be our CBO. We have 6 ads. All I'm going to give it is a $50 a day budget. If we had 10 or more, I would go with $100 a day. But since we're under 10, I'm just saying it's a $50 a day budget. That's all we're doing. We can publish that. I'm going to click close here, and now we're at the campaign level. We're literally just going to wait, and as soon as this is published, we're going to duplicate it. Right now, let's actually set up a filter. Since it's not approved yet, we can just look at campaign delivery is, and I'm going to say in review. We want only to see the campaigns that we're building now. We don't care about the other ones. I actually went through and deleted them all in my last one, but I'm thinking that this one I might actually still want to go through some of their old data, see which countries we're converting, see which platforms we're converting, see which ages and genders we're converting, things like that. I'm going to go back through it, but once I've gone through all of that, I will be deleting all of the old ads, so I don't need any filters up here. Now that this campaign is successfully created, we're going to click the duplicate button right here, and we're going to make the same exact thing except with the budget at the ad set level. Right here, I'm just going to say standard. I put the pipeline for a nice little separator and I call it standard. This is the standard bidding way. We're going to turn off campaign budget optimization, and now I'm going to click on the top interest. I'm going to hold down shift and click on the bottom interest. Now all we have to do is come over here to the daily budget and set it. I'm setting it at 5, so each of these sets will only spend $5 per day. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to view and edit the ad set name. I really don't like having the name copy on there, so I'm going to remove that from every single one. I'm going to save that to draft, and now I'm going to click on the campaign level and click publish. It should publish everything. There's one more thing I want to do after we edit this and take off the word copy actually. Let's go to the old campaign, hit edit, select all of the ad sets, and remove the word copy. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to give each of these interests their own CBO to test in. I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Let's go one that's, nope, they are both still publishing, so we have to wait for one of them to finish publishing. Then we can go through and we can duplicate everything that we want to. Said there was an error. I'm going to look at that error. Object already exists, so it tried to double publish something. That's fine. I'm not really worried about it. We're going to go into here now, and we're going to look at each ad set. There's no ad sets found. We'll go to this one, and we're going to duplicate each ad set. This one, I'm going to duplicate it 5 times into a new campaign. I'm going to name it after its interest. I'm going to remove the word copy from it. And now all we do is we go back to the campaign name. We turn on campaign budget optimization. We give it a budget of $25 a day, and we close it. We're going to do the same thing for every single interest. We're going to select this one now. Actually, I want you to edit this campaign. Now, we're going to click on this ellipse. We've already done this one. We're going to click on this one now. Click on the ellipses next to it and duplicate. We're going to do a new campaign, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies. We're going to name it after the interest. We're going to duplicate. Going to remove the word copy. Go back to the campaign. Turn on campaign budget optimization. $25. Next, we are going to do it with this one. And we just keep going, not quick duplicate, just duplicate. New campaign. This is all really simple. It just takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. Oh, I accidentally duplicated that, and it's inside of the old campaign. I want to duplicate it into a new campaign. Doing tedious work like this, it's easy to make mistakes like that. Just do a little slip up. Make sure you always double check your work, like I'm not doing. I'm going to collapse some of these for cleanliness. We are on our next to last set. I'm going to duplicate, new campaign. And last, we're on this last one. We're going to duplicate it to a new campaign. Forgot to change the ad set thing, the name. I just like having clean ad sets. I don't like the word copy being in there. 25. We're going to close, and now we can publish them all at once. Now, it looks like some of the campaigns that we made already aren't in review anymore. It looks like they may actually be active. So we're also going to set campaign delivery is active. And that is going to be somewhere. Not there, apparently. Let's try it again. Campaign delivery is active, and it's also in review. We want to see both of those. So we have 2 active campaigns. We have 2 active campaigns already here. These are publishing. That is literally all I did to restart my ads. I wanted my ads to run again. So I restarted them with the interests that were working in a lot of CBOs in a single campaign that was not. The CBOs may or may not perform. They probably will, because Facebook had this glitch because it is trying to shift everything to its more self-controlling system where we have less control and they have more, and they love using things like campaign budget optimization to really find the correct audiences for us. I'm going to go to this one more time, just publish that. It looks like something was not published. That is all the steps I took. I'm going to let these run, and I'm so excited to see what happens.